Story of a businessman sacrificed 17 years for success. Emotional short story. Success never comes overnight. It is built, brick by brick, sacrifice by sacrifice, year by year. This is the story of Arman Khan, a man who sacrificed 17 years of his life chasing a dream, fighting through pain, loss, and failure, until success finally embraced him. Part 1. The Dream Begins. Arman was born in a small town. His father was a teacher, his mother a homemaker. They didn't have much, but they had dignity, honesty, and values. From a young age, Arman dreamed big. While his classmates played cricket in the fields, Arman sat under a tree, drawing business plans in his notebook. He wanted to build something that would outlive him. Something that would give jobs to people, respect to his family, and meaning to his life. At 18, after finishing school, he told his father, "Abu, I don't want to live an ordinary life. I want to start a business. I want to change our destiny." His father looked at him silently and said, "Son, dreams are easy. Sacrifice is difficult. Are you ready for that?" Arman nodded. He had no idea that his father's words would become the prophecy of his life. Part 2. The First Fall. Arman started with nothing but borrowed money. He opened a small shop, selling electronic parts. He worked from dawn till midnight, hardly eating, hardly sleeping. But within a year, the business collapsed. He lost everything. People mocked him. Relatives whispered, he should have taken a job instead of running behind useless dreams. At night, Arman would cry silently, but in the morning, he stood up again. He promised himself, failure is not the end. It is training. Part 3. 17 years of sacrifice. From that day, Arman entered a long war with destiny. Year 1 to 3. He worked odd jobs to save money, sometimes as a salesman, sometimes as a cleaner. He skipped weddings, festivals, and family functions. While his friends celebrated, Arman worked. Year 4 to 6. He restarted his business in a tiny rented space. He lived in a single-room apartment with no fan in the summer and no heater in the winter. He ate bread and tea for weeks to save money. His only luxury was books, business books, motivational books, biographies of great men. Year 7 to 10. He faced betrayal. His partner cheated him, taking away most of his earnings. Once again, Arman was back to zero. Many would have given up, but Arman's fire was still alive. He told himself, "My dream is bigger than their betrayal." Year 11 to 13. His parents grew old. They asked him to settle down, get married, live a normal life. But Arman couldn't. He had only one marriage, his marriage to his dream. Loneliness ate him inside, but he refused to stop. Year 14 to 16. Slowly, people began to notice him. His small company started earning respect. He created jobs for young workers. He was no longer laughed at, but people still doubted if he would last. Year 17. After 17 years of blood, sweat, and sacrifice, Arman's company finally bloomed. Investors came forward, clients trusted him, and newspapers called him a self-made businessman. Part 4. The Price of Success. At 35, Arman stood in his office tower, overlooking the city. He had wealth, respect, and everything he once dreamed of. But when he returned home at night, silence welcomed him. He had no wife, no children, no one to share his victory with. His hair was gray, his body weak, his youth gone. One night, he whispered to himself, "I gave 17 years of my life to success. I gained everything, and lost everything at the same time." Tears rolled down his cheeks, but he smiled too, because deep inside, he knew. Yes, success took my youth, but it gave me a legacy. I created jobs. I created hope. I proved that even a small town boy can rise to greatness with sacrifice. Part 5. The Lesson. Arman's story is not about money. It is about sacrifice. He taught us that success is not free. It demands years of pain, loneliness, and struggle. But he also left us with a warning. Never forget balance. Success is sweet, but family, love, and time are treasures that never return. And so, his life remains both an inspiration and a lesson. Check mark. That is the story of Arman Khan, the man who sacrificed 17 years for success.